So yesterday we talked about how we can put items. I said you come here and then you go to item list. So under here you are able to add your items. I can see you added so many items. Just come here and then you add in new, not so? So in regard to that, you can do, then you can edit an item. How can you edit an item? You come here and then you do edit an item. Basically that's what we handled yesterday, if you can remember. I said putting customer, you come to customer center, you are able to put customers. Vendor, you come here, not so? So now I want us to go straight how we can create a sale. How do we create sales? Now our opening is like this, as you can see it, not so? It has this formation. Here is an invoice. Here receive payment, sales receipt, and deposit. Basically we move around here. If you do purchase some items, you come here to purchase orders. You get my point? Like you want to purchase some orders, you come here to purchase. When you purchase, when time comes, you shall go and then see how we purchase. After purchasing, then you receive that inventory. What you have purchased, you receive it. Not so? After receiving it, then you enter bills against that inventory, because you can receive that with bill or that without bill. That without bills. Then when you create a bill, creating a bill means like, for instance, you have made some expenses. Maybe you have paid for electricity, you have done this and this. That one is under bills. When you enter that bills, you have to pay. So paying it, you come here. Because you pay what you have entered. Then again, when you purchase, you receive it, again you pay. All payments are done here. This is the button that handles all payments, either purchases or bills. They are paid. Because a purchase can be paid when it is billed. Like I have bought this and this and this. I can go to a certain vendor, he gives me some products, but I don't pay it, and then I pay after. So you receive that inventory without bill. That inventory that you pay for, then you receive it with a bill. You get my point?
Yes.
So this QuickBook will be able to remind you. To be able to remind you that now this one is out of stock. You have to put it. You get? That's the good thing with payment platforms, yeah. That sometimes they remind you on what to do next. You get my point?
Yes.
Then after, a client can come and say, I want you to make for me an estimate. Some people call it a quotation. Have you ever received such a class that tells you to make a quotation?
No.
Someone can say, I want a quotation for these products. Basically, quotation are common in services, yeah? Basically, they tell you that this service will take how much. Make for me a quotation, I go to my... Some people say that make for me an invoice. An invoice is not different from a quotation. And you get... Because an invoice is like you issue out the products and then you give an invoice. An invoice is like a demanding note. You get? That you have taken such and such a service but you haven't paid for it. You get my point? You get my point, yeah?
Yes.
That's an invoice. You get? So an estimate is like you are estimating these products, that these products you want, they might cost such a product, but they can change any time, any day, because prices vary every day. You get my point?
Yes.
Then after making an invoice, you can then make a sales order. After you can make a what? A sales order. Then after you make, after making a sales order, then you can go on and then make an invoice. From estimate, you can make a sales order, you can make an estimate, or you can make an invoice, you make a sales order, then you make a invoice. Then after you create a sales receipt. Here is, you create a sales receipt from here. You get? So how do we create a sales receipt? How do we create a receipt? You know? You get? So you come here, you click create sales receipt. So you come here and then select which customer. Because I said when you have a you receive a customer, put that customer in a system.
Yes.
You get? Put that customer in a system. You get my point? You get my point?
Yes.
Put that customer in a
system.
in a system. Then it will appear like these ones. Then you select that customer. That I'm creating a receipt for R&E. You get? Then you come to item. Then you select the items you pressed. Data recovery, social media management, website designs, laptop formatting. You choose that service. That service, there is no price. Then you are able to create a plan that this one will cost 200. You get? So let's make another receipt. I saw you putting yesterday cosmetics. Cosmetics. This is inventory. Now cosmetics, it costs 20,000. Now we go to quantity. I want cosmetics. Let me say it's the jelly. I want 7. Then for it will calculate that cosmetics is a rate of 20,000. You get? But in quantity you need 7. So it will cost you 140,000. You get? If it's taxable, you have to come and put sales tax item. You put, let me say, value added. When you put it at once, then you don't need to put it again. Value added tax. You get? Then you come here and then you say that's a sales tax. Then you put your tax. You have to know the percentage. VAT is charged how much here in Uganda? Which percentage is charged on VAT? Do you know?
No.
You don't know? One year. So VAT is charged 18%. You get? And then you put then taxable agency. That's the vendor that will may handle that tax. You get?
Yes.
I can say Bonnet. Vendor that you collect for, like a tax agency, like a vendor that you collect. You get it? Now you have to go in these vendors and you put Uganda Revenue Authority. You get? And you put URA, that URA is the one that is responsible for that value added what? Tax. Then you click OK. You get my point? So you come
Yes.
here again and then you say that is that. You get? So why is it that this one brought 0.00? Because when you were pressing that item, it was non-taxable. You get? You remember, eh? You
Yes.
never pressed the tax against it. So after you go and then you save and close, then they say will affect the current transaction. Then you say yeah, yes, it has been saved. Now, after you can make any, then after you deposit. When you deposit, that means because you have created a sales what? A sales receipt. Like you have made a sale. So on your account there is 00, not so? When you click to deposit and you click OK and then save and close, it will create that in your account now there is 490. That's how we are able to track that this worker is cheating me, because everything will be calculated. If I make an expense, it will be deducted from this one. Even if I pick money from my pocket, it will go up to negative. You get my point?
Yes.
You get my point?
Mm.
Do you have any question concerning sales receipt? I
How
said
do you know
come
that?
here, you create a receipt. You can fail to select a customer. Doesn't have any problem. Then you come here, you say delivery. Delivery is how much? Let me say 900. Then after I can say let me print. If I've created a printer, then I come here to print. I print. You get? You can send that receipt to that customer. You get? Via email.
Yes.
Then when you are done, you say, you save. Ask
So
your
how do you
question.
know? So how do you know that the tax is VAT?
No, you have to know that. Because if you are working in sales, you can't work in accounts when you're not an accountant. You get? Accountants, we are taught to do that. For us, we are teachers that teach you, the accountant. So, it is taught. You get my point? You get my point?
Okay.
So, you have to know the percentages of taxes. Do you know the percentages? Do you pay for, do your bosses pay for you NSSF? Do they pay for you pay as you earn?
No.
Why? Meaning you are not accounted as a worker. That girl, the secretary that you see there, she pays for pay as you earn. You get? So she receives NSSF. When she reaches the time of retirement, she will go to her account and then withdraw millions of money. NSSF makes interest of 68%. You get?
Uh,
Your people, your bosses should. So, in Uganda, we have value added tax, and it has a standard rate of 18%. Basically, this one it applies most goods and services consumed in Uganda. You get, like a food, education, services. Now, if you come to book a service, you get, like here you are studying, and you come to study. I have to put it. Have you ever went to any hotel and you buy a soda from that hotel? Not so? I know you go there. And I want to come to your church. I don't know whether you send me away. On a serious note, I want to come there. Around the ambience. Not wow.
Around ambience.
Narabaka or the post around there.
It's behind Tropic Inn.
No. You came from Ambia, then Tropic Inn. That's first it was at Ambias. Time back when we were young. No, that one is another one, not that one. You are behind the Tropic Inn. Every Sunday we're always there, eh?
Yes.
Even you. Okay. Let's mind business then. Now, value added tax is charged 18%. Not so?
Yes.
Then we have what we call personal income tax. Personal income tax is sometimes called pay as you earn. If you receive your salary annually, do you have a tin?
A tin? No.
Every year you have to declare your taxes. You get my point? Every year you have to declare your taxes. So you have to say that I receive how much? I receive 100 per month. So you calculate that 100, you remove the expenses, then if the balance is equivalent to 2.8 million, then you don't pay the tax. Then from 2.8 up to 4 million, you pay 10% to Uganda Revenue Authority. You get my point?
Yes.
If you receive from up to 4.9, then from 4.9 up to 120 millions. No, from 4 to 4.9 you pay 20%. You get? From 4.9 up to 120 you pay 30. Then above that you pay 30% and an extra 10% on the annual amount exceeding 120 million. Then we have what we call corporate and business income tax. Because these are the things you have to know before going into these accounts. Because when you use this, it will give you need to deduct to make some payments. You have first of all to know the taxes, deductible taxes, the expenses in a company. That's what I told you to make a research of. That get to know the expenses. Try to know which expenses are made in a business. The taxes. The corporate or business income tax, like for us with the companies, you get, we pay 30%. You get?
Yes.
We pay 30%. Some companies pay what we call withholding tax. You get? Withholding tax, they pay 15%. Tax 10% for divided is from companies listed on the Ugandan security expenses. Then management fees and royalties is 15%. But basically, the withholding taxes are 15%. Then you go into annual rentals, yeah? What we call
Yeah.
rental income tax is 12%, yeah?
Mm.
You get? You get?
Mm-mm.
Is 12%. Then local service tax is a small annual tax ranging from 5,000 to 100,000 depending on your income level. That's local service. It's different from that council you pay. Then stamp duty is 0.5 and 2% basing on what you do. So you have to know those taxes before going into these things of accounting. You get my point?
Mm.
So let me hope I'm going to share you with those percentage. You remind me and I share them to you on WhatsApp. I will organize them for you and then I'll send them to you. Because if you're working in the accounts, because accounts, then the other thing is you have to know before going in too deep. You get my point?
Yes.
So do you have any question concerning that?
Assign the taxes. So far, not really. I think I will first go through them because
Because then then you said then
I think I'll first go through the taxes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. But
No carriers, is there now?
yes, please. You said
No, like an accountant has to be like a teacher. Yeah?
no, an
You're
account.
always updating.
You have to update your those people. Do you know why the government is usually training account? They have what you call certified accountants. Those are the people that you go and always upgrading.
Mm.
Because things change now, taxes change. If you are able to, if you viewed my yesterday's status, I pressed new taxes. Now there is amendment that was made. If you are in accounts, if you are in business, you have to be updated always. Because if you are not, then they say ignorance of the law doesn't have an excuse. Don't you know about that? Yes? Don't you know about that ignorance of the law doesn't have an excuse?
Mm.
Okay. But you have to keep up there. So now you know how to create a receipt and then deduct. I was giving you a reference. Yeah. When you go to a hotel, you get,
Mm.
you will find they will sell you a product. You get my point?
Mm. Yes.
After selling you a product, then they will at down they put tax. When you buy a product, like a soda, and then they say in a shop it is just 1,000, but in a supermarket you find it at 2,000, like in a hotel. Why? Because they put charges. Some people they do sell their products when they don't pay for taxes. Do you know that?
Mm.
Do you know that?
Yes.
You get my point?
Mm.
Make your services corporate. Don't hide from taxes. When you are putting services or say making sales, put the taxes there. Don't hide them, because when you hide them, the auditors will find, yeah, then you face it laugh. Do you know that? Hmm?
Yes.
You know that you will face it to laugh. And then again, your boss will come to you and say, why didn't you tell me that we have taxes to be paid? And then the blame will be pressed on you. Just because you never knew what to do. And they say, know what you are going to do? Your salary. You get my point?
Mm.
They say we are going to deduct your salary because you failed to do what is required. So when you are first, you know the taxes, but basically in sales, we basically consider VAT and then the annual returns. That is the annual income. You get my point?
Mm.
So in whatever you do, think about that. You get? So do you have any question concerning sales, creating sales receipt and then taxes?
So far, no.
So fun. We have a challenge teachers. For me, when I teach and someone doesn't ask, he says that he doesn't understand, he or she they have not understood anything, or he has over understood, or is confused. Now where are you? Are you over understood? Are you confused?
You know, sometimes you gain questions when you start practicing.
So now I want you to practice sales, how to create receipts. You come here,
Mm.
you create a receipt of a different kind. You get? Don't
Mm.
go into expenses, just be on receipt. And then you put cash. When you put cash, come here to print. When you put cash, meaning I have received the money
Gosh.
in cash, you come to save as PDF. You see how it looks like. Come here and put a footnote. You get? Come
Mm.
here to print, save as PDF, and see how does it look like. Whenever you practice, you will be perfect. You get my point?
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes.
So, since you got my point, why don't I leave you here and then you practice that
So,
how to create a receipt?
mm.
Because if I take you speed, we might end up offline. When you are either offline or I'm offline.
Mm.